What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke? I wish I knew. Blue Fire. That's the game I'm playing. I don't know too much about it. I just know it's like a platformer. It's been a lot of comparisons thrown around. Hat in Time, Hollow Knight, Zelda. There's been a lot. It's one of those indie games where it gets a dozen comparisons. Which means it'll probably be pretty good. So the real reason I'm playing this game is because he's got a little coif hat. Little like magic Link hat. Which instantly makes me want to buy a game. When the protagonist has a cool hat. You know, so far, controls pretty tight. No big complaints. Still getting used to, like, the platforming, but I'm liking this game so far. Is Funkraft still up? No. We were doing Korra, but then I had sort of, like, a psychotic break that made me have to stop streaming for a while, and I kind of just randomly abandoned it. I feel fine now. I'm back to my normal self, but I kind of feel bad. I just abandoned Funkraft out of nowhere. But I was not in a position to be going live at the time. I needed some time to myself. I do have a functioning Koth viaduct in Minecraft that Zweek made the map, and I made it functional with the TF2 mod. I've been looking for an opportunity to run a stream test on it. Another TF2 Minecraft stream. But there's still a bit I gotta do. I gotta make the control point functional. And get a server set up. So there'll probably be another Minecraft stream at some point. But Funkraft, I don't know. Maybe I'll rebrand it to FunkMP for internet cred. I feel like Funkraft's been going too long, though. Staple name.
Oh, greetings, traveler. My name's Odip. Now listen closely. I've traveled far across the land, seeking and studying the things I love most in the world. Elevators! Oh, yes, I can see that look in your eyes. We both share the same passion for elevators, do we not?
Man, that guy was really... He was just high on the fumes of elevators, you know what I mean? I used to, when I was working at an internship, I'd go to the subway every week, and I would get a really pointless sandwich there. In hindsight, I did not need it. I would get like a foot-long with pepperoni and cheese, and that was it. And then I'd put jalapeno chips on it, and that was the whole sandwich. And the people working there would look at me like I was insane. And I kind of was. To be spending $5 on something I could have made at home. Do I even play TF2? Yeah. I use it for like background footage sometimes. If I'm like really bored and I need to kill 20 minutes, I'll play. But it's kind of hard for me to boot up TF2, honestly. It's hard for me to play it because I'm very emotionally attached to that game. And when I play it now, I just feel like I'm walking into an abandoned house for many reasons. The most obvious one, just seeing what it's become developer-wise, is painful. But also kind of like, I don't know. All of my friend groups I formed in TF2. So I have a lot of great memories of playing TF2 with a bunch of my friends. And now all of those friend groups have kind of like spread apart, like dissolved. We don't really play together anymore. And now when I play TF2, it feels empty. Like, when I play it alone, it doesn't feel the same as having the crew, you know? That can make me emotional. Hell, even before that, before I had like a friend group to play TF2 with, you know, I had community servers like Saxton Hell. I would go to the same Death Run server, the same Saxton Hale server. There would always be the same group of people. But I don't get that experience anymore. Now when I play TF2, I just feel lonely. Was your connection to Overwatch anything like that? A little bit. Not to the same degree, but My early years in Overwatch were pretty social. I played on a contenders team. For a while, I was contemplating becoming an Overwatch pro. I had a contenders team. Overwatch had announced they would have this like $50K a year contract with housing. And if your team was good enough, you could just go pro for a living. I wanted to do that, but my team fell apart. I couldn't find a new one. I don't have any of that. I don't have the old teams I used to play with. The friends that I used to play with haven't been online in 2 years. Never had that experience with Paladins, weirdly. It feels like a much more casual game. Are you now a streamer, or are you still making YouTube videos? YouTube makes me more money, I guess. Neither of them are really full-time work. I don't know. I consider myself both. I'm a better YouTuber, but this provides me a social outlet I otherwise do not have in life. So you were always a nerd. I traced drawings of Naruto as a child and told my parents I made him. Yeah, I've always been a nerd. How do you make your veggie burger, Funk? Not that fancy. I've done like some experimenting. I've found that I like the Impossible meat more than I do the Beyond meat. But the Beyond burgers can come in like pre-made patties, and I'm lazy, so I'll usually get those. Season it with a bit of tarragon for the cheese, if you put cheese on it. Bit of Mediterranean salt. Don't be afraid to season it. That's like the #1 thing I've learned about burgers. I'll put like some roast fries and veggie seasoning on it sometimes. Anything that sounds like it would go on a burger. What alcoholic beverage do you drink the most? I don't drink at all. Not because like I'm against it. I'm only really a social drinker and I don't socialize. But if I had to pick, favorite type of alcoholic drink are apple ales. If you're looking to get fucked up on something that goes down easy, box wine will do you good. You can get like a 12% box wine. Tastes great. Get you fucked up. But the thing I found if I drink alone is I don't know, I haven't tried it in a while. When I drank alone, I would need to like have a social substitute. Like I couldn't just get drunk and play games, right? I would have to get drunk and watch TV shows or Twitch streams or something, so I didn't feel so alone. Weed was more fun of a party drug for me. I can tell you, I've tried wax before, which involves a blowtorch. Like, you have to put a blowtorch to a bong. You never find yourself holding a blowtorch doing drugs thinking, like, this is fine. This is a highlight of my life. What are your thoughts on obscure and not really well-known bands or musicians? They're kind of my primary intake of music. Not even because I'm like, I'm actually a very deep indie head. The problem is all of them make like one great album and then disappear, or all of their albums are not like the one you like. I look like the kid from Little Nightmares. You know you haven't been socializing enough when you look at another human face and the first thing you think is, damn, I'm one of those. You guys want to hear like a really cheesy one-liner I came up for Tinder? I haven't used it. I used it for like a week. My bio said, name's Justin with a Y. The Y stands for you, ? Because you complete me. And I hated it, so I got rid of it. But I thought like briefly, I was very clever. Smooth, right? Yeah. Oh, we're good, we're good. I didn't lose all my progress. Bad news. Oh, I'm done. I can't. Hey Susie, where you been today? I'm looking for you every way. I have this little clapper toy. I'm gonna use it sarcastically. Never a doubt in my mind. I really planted you in the ground. Finally. I saw that one coming. You've been a thorn in my sides for way too long. I miss my dad.
Child of Fire, as a reward for your noble killing of the boss, here is a single key, usable only on standard doors. You have slayed the shadows knitting my demise. Just as I have fallen to this dreadful fate, I feared the end may be near for him too. Please, oh.
Isn't there a... There was a TF2 that looks like that. 2018 summer crate or some shit. Funk, do you think we'll ever have robot children? I think you'll have digital children. We'll be able to recreate consciousness on a computer, but it won't be able to cross over into the physical world. So you'll be able to zoom your digital children, but you won't be able to hug them. It'll be a huge crisis. What if someone invents that? They make like a Nintendogs for children, but it gets to like SAO level disaster where the children become hyper self-conscious and they want to break out. But the creators have to keep making money off of it, so they won't let the kids break out of the simulate. That sounds like it would be a great plot for a movie. I'm screaming on the inside. Just don't want to put you guys through it. F2NKe! I bet you like there's some... Yeah, there's a thing over there. I bet you I'm not even supposed to jump there. I've been doing this for 15 minutes because I didn't look to the right. But to be fair, it's a part of my political ideology to never look right. For some reason, my friend wishes that you're faking your lisp. Who would fake a lisp? Like, it's not like I just magically started faking a lisp when I was making videos like at 17. If you're trying to get attention in high school, the last thing you want to do is do something differently from everyone else. Dude, I got bullied by freshmen as a sophomore, as a junior. There were these two freshmen that would come up to me at lunch and jokingly lisp their S's at me. It was really traumatizing. They were both 5'3", so together they were easily 10 feet if they stood on each other's shoulders. Would you have sex with an alien? If they had the orifices for it. I'm pretty attracted to the female anatomy, so if an alien could pose with a vagina, you know, I'd swoos. What if it's acidic? Well, I have a based penis, so it evens out. It's neutral. Say what you want. At least in Hollow Knight when I was lost, I could open up the mini-map and stare at it for 8 minutes before I continued wandering around aimlessly. Hey chat. That remind you of anything? Hey eyes gay. Am a owing gay. Ute octe in a igpe atenle orphe ite estre ophe ite eamstre. Reality shifting sex, I be hitting it from the front and back at the same time. Funk stream, but he can only talk with the lyrics from Pinkerton. Well, goddamn! Oh! Oh! Why are you so far away from me? My baby, I'm afraid I'm falling. I've been stabbed multiple times in a dream. Damn. I've been shot in a dream. It was actually pretty fucked up. I was in the middle of a mall, a crowded mall, just standing in the middle, and then some dude puts a gun up to the back of my head and shoots me. All my lights went out. I saw nothing but pitch black for 5 seconds. Felt like forever, but it was 5 seconds. Then I woke up. And once you take the vaccine and they inject the nanobots into your bloodstream, you'll become half machine. Do you think conspiracy theorists should be censored on the internet? That's what the internet is for. I love crazy conspiracy theories. I love the small Luke, bigger Luke theory. Do you guys know Marjorie Taylor Greene? The insane Georgia senator? Who's like highly QAnon. She's a QAnon believer. Sorry about that, by the way. She's from my state. Those, you know, I'm not a fan of those conspiracy theories. They're funny until your politicians start reciting them. Then it's kind of dystopian and scary. The conspiracy theory I'm most familiar with is the one that Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain. Is when they found the shotgun, the fingerprints were wiped off. And a lot of people speculate that he was happy with his life. He had a daughter. His career was doing well. He relapsed on drugs, but otherwise, he didn't show any signs of being suicidal. I don't believe that. I don't think Courtney Love would have any reason to want Kurt dead. Even if they both got high, I don't see why she would convince her husband to pull the trigger. Scientists are still trying to decode the dolphin language. We know we know whales have songs that they'll sing. It's actually pretty interesting. Whales will have like literal calling card tunes that they'll sing. And if they run into another, what are they called, school or whatever of other whales, they'll exchange songs. They're like two bards just running into each other. They'll share songs and use the new songs that they learn. For the rest of the stream, can chat only speak in dolphin and whale? You know what convinces me that we're in a simulation? The fact that the moon and the sun are the exact same, or nearly the exact same size in the sky to us. Like, you just look and those motherfuckers, it's like stacking 2 pennies on top of each other. And you want me to expect that's just coincidence. Trying to think of some relatable conversation topics to have. How do you guys feel about breathing? You know what I think? Very little. I think soy is underrated. There, I said it. Conceptually, soy is a great idea. If we could just liquidate all our meals into, you know, two cups that you just drink throughout the day, I think that would be genius. You're less likely to choke. You don't have to prepare the food. It's just ready in a cup. But everyone talks shit on soy. They say, soy boy, you eat soy, haha, point and laugh. But it's a good idea. Yeah, Soylent. Not Soylent Green, but like Soylent. Funk, if you discovered that the oil produced by a plant in your hypothetical backyard could be used as an energy source, what would you do? I would eat as much as possible so that I gain super energy superpowers. I would be known as the human battery. Then I would work my body for commission, sort of like a prostitute, but for batteries. So Tesla owners could rent me. If you live in an area that has frequent power outs and you need to watch, you know, the game or TV, I'll stand on your roof with my hands up like I'm praising the sun. And if you licked me, you know how like when you lick a D battery, it tickles? Yeah. Anytime a girl gives me oil oil. Anytime a girl gives me oil, she'll feel that. She'll be literally getting the D. It'll be like deep-throating a vibrator. Funk, what would you do if you were the last human in an AI apocalypse? That sounds like a really good plot for a movie. The year is 2400. The AI have slowly but surely murdered every single human. The last few humans left take refuge on the internet. And there would be a movie where the AI recreates me as an AI, and I have to... It's like when Link fights Shadow Link. I'd have to fight like the Robo Justin. That would be a great plot for a film. Some guy pretends to be Jesus using an AI up his sleeve. Like he can 3D print bread. And he can reconstruct water into wine. But he's faking all of it. People just believe him. I'm getting a spam call. I bet it's a robot. I'm gonna screen the call. I'm gonna screen the call and see if it's a robot calling me. It's a robot. Chat, a robot just called my phone. It's about my vehicle's warranty. They're already using intimidation tactics. I told you they were trying to manipulate the flow of information. They're trying to silence me. Want to know something I thought was funny that happened? I have open DMs on Twitter, so sometimes people will just send me kind messages. And I'll get a lot of messages of people like, hey, I watched your videos growing up, or, years ago. I got a message like a week ago from a guy who was saying, he wrote like 2 paragraphs, and he's like, dude, I just want you to know I really love your videos. I grew up with them, and you really shaped some of my childhood. And about halfway into these 2 paragraphs, he says, I loved watching your commentaries with Germa. Which kind of raised an eyebrow for me, because I was thinking, what? But the rest of the message was like completely genuine. It was like very earnest, like, yeah, dude, I loved your videos. And I didn't even correct him. I was just like, you're welcome. You're welcome, genuinely, for all the entertainment I've given you. I've always wanted to meet a penis. This is for chat. After that joke. What's your favorite game? My heart, because girls play it all the time. Yeah, I got a question. How many of you recognize the name Meat and Fuck? If you do, shame on you. Best Meat and Fuck game? The one where you're on a highway and you get pulled over and you have to fuck your way out of a traffic ticket. I want to see humanity get to the stage that we're basically God. Where we either birth God in a machine form, or we upgrade our own bodies to the point we're immortal. Oh, it's a Korok. Have you ever considered doing a big Germa-esque event for a stream? The fact that you describe it as a Germa-esque event is funny to me. You mean just like a gimmick stream? There was one time I thought of making a TTS to my voice and putting a speaker in my mask and then walking around in public with a little speaker that lets chat talk as me. But I would probably be arrested within 20 minutes for calling bomb threats and harassing women. So it's not a great idea. How desperate do you have to be? It's like 20,000 BC and you just see a bush with peppers on it. Stuff one in your mouth, start crying, and the first thing you think is, I want to make it hotter.
Alright, I'm gonna do this! She's good, but not good enough for my double sword technique! Master, I failed you. You claim that the boss killed me, right? You claim that the boss is winning, yet I don't see the boss in front of me. Now, you might claim that's because the boss killed me and sent me back to my spawn point, but the boss is not here. The boss is actually confined to the room where you fight it, which means if I don't enter the room, the boss can't fight me, which means the boss is perpetually in a state of not fighting. In other words, I win by not taking the fight. And it's the same thing with these leftists, always talking about capitalism being the problem, but they don't realize if they just look away, they won't see the problem. I will defeat this boss no matter what it takes, whatever it makes me. I will be on the brakes. finally found what I was looking for.
Oh shit. Here comes the second phase. She's gonna have second phase music. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like a reprise. It's gonna be an even more badass song. What could it be?
If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
All I had to do was keep calm. And that is Blue Fire. The Hollow Knight Zelda Hat in Time many games video game. I really enjoyed that. Glad I bought it. It was on sale too. It was like 12 bucks or something. Worth it. Do not regret. What the fuck? His name is Justin with an E? Who would spell their name like that?